It started with a scream. Not from me, from my sister. "You are selfish," she spat, arms crossed, toddler on her hip, the other one wailing in the hallway. "You live here for free. The least you can do is help." I was cutting vegetables, didn't even look up. "I pay the mortgage, electricity, water, internet. You're the ones living here for free." She stormed off. 10 minutes later, my dad came in. "You hurt her feelings," he said. "Just help out more, okay? You know how stressed they are." I nodded. But inside, I shut the door. I used to adore my sister. She was my shadow growing up. Bright, reckless, loud. We built blanket forts, shared secrets. I covered for her when she snuck out, even took blame once for a dent in Dad's car. She cried, I paid. Always thought one day she'd return the favor. Turns out, she never learned the difference between love and leverage. It started slow. They moved in temporarily after her husband lost his job. 6 weeks turned to 3 months, then 6. They took my old room, more space for the kids, they said. I moved to the attic. I kept paying the bills, quietly, steadily, because I thought it was family, and family helps. But the day I said no to free childcare, they turned on me like a pack of wolves. It wasn't just her, it was all of them. My mom said I lacked compassion. My dad said I was making things tense. Her husband? He just grinned like he'd won. And maybe he had, for a moment. Because that night, I packed a bag. Not out of anger, out of clarity. And the next morning, I handed Dad a printed list. Starting next month, I won't be covering these. He scanned it. Mortgage, utilities, subscriptions. You're being dramatic. I'm being done. I walked out with a duffel bag and a $3.79 cup of coffee. Freedom never tasted so bitter or so right. The first few weeks were quiet. They didn't call, didn't ask where I went, didn't say thank you for the years I paid their bills like it was my duty. I found a one-bedroom apartment. Small, clean, mine. I cooked for one, slept soundly, paid my own way. Then the texts started. "Wi-Fi's not working. You forgot to pay? Mortgage is overdue. You sure you canceled it? We need help, just for a bit." I didn't answer. I just watched. Then came the eviction notice. They couldn't keep up. Turns out 2 kids, no job, and no plan don't magically work themselves out. My dad called me. "They're losing the house. Are you really going to just watch?" I said nothing. Because I'd watched for years. Watched them live off my paychecks. Watched them twist guilt into currency. Watched them label me family only when they needed something. Now it was my turn. I did help, though. Just not the way they expected. I contacted the landlord. Told him I'd been the silent payer for years. I gave him documentation, transfer receipts, statements, and I offered him a clean break he could sell. A week later, the house went on the market. 3 months after I left, they were out. I ran into my sister at the grocery store a few weeks later. She looked tired, unbrushed hair, cracked phone screen, baby crying in the cart. She didn't speak right away. Then she muttered, "You ruined everything." I took a deep breath, held her gaze. "No, I just stopped fixing what you kept breaking." My parents now rent a small condo across town. Her husband moved back in with his parents. And she? She couch surfs between friends. No more spa weekends, no more mimosas while I folded their laundry. Just reality. It was never revenge. It was release. Sometimes I still think about the attic, that tiny space, just me and the silence. I remember the ceiling fan clicking, my phone lighting up with their demands, my hands shaking while I drafted resignation emails. Because I was working 2 jobs to support 4 people and 2 kids who didn't even know my name. Now, I sit on my balcony, alone, at peace. No guilt, no noise. They called me selfish. But selfish is giving people just enough rope to see what they do with it. Turns out, they hung themselves. And all I did was let go of the end.